My amazing friends, how are you today? This is, of course, Archangel. So, this has been a trying summer. On any given day, I wrestle with varying degrees of misanthropy. I have hope and benevolent intention for greater humanity. However, on the ground, in the trenches, I am thoroughly disappointed by both males and females, and the last few months has not helped. I have had to deal with flaky people that have nothing to do but waste your time, people that have no integrity, people as a lot would seem to be backstabbing, conniving, treacherous, entitled narcissists. This is obviously the environment unchecked misandry and male devaluation has established, where females are rabidly clutching at supremacy and males are jelly-filled tampons bereft of honor, whose words have no substance. Now, a couple months ago, I had a few messages I was working on for videos, and my computer completely messed them up by saving the script as nonsensical symbols. So I lost many good messages, and that upset me exceedingly. So I decided to just chill for a few weeks to renormalize. Also, as everybody may know, we, the male empowerment community, seems to be on the chopping block here right now. So I figured maybe I would just lay low for a few weeks, out of sight, out of mind. Plus, somebody suggested that it would be actually beneficial for me to take a break, claiming that I am too close to my messages, that I needed to step back and reevaluate because women and society, they're changing. Wow! Really? Ah, yes. The daily unicorn assertion. Okay, fine. Take a few minutes to slow down and observe humans. Okay, you want to know what I've seen? Addicts chasing the chemical intoxicants and emotional excitation resultant from mingling and courtship rituals, which annually peak during the summer, thanks to increased hormonal expression and decreased clothing utilization. Are chicks, in fact, changing? Does stepping away from male empowerment for a few weeks improve male devaluation or unjust disposability? Does temporary disassociation from male disparagement messages remedy circumcision, divorce, or criminal inequity? Well, in a word, hell no. The one thing that strikes me in reviewing my various observations regarding society is females' arrogant sense of entitlement, despite ubiquitous widespread portrayal as selfless, caring Samaritans who prioritize everybody else's welfare above their own. Under cover of such false reputations, meanwhile, the feminine supremacy agenda continues on. For example, females erasing male roles in movies. We can point at gold diggers or blatant man-hating feminists who demand equality and chivalry as premier examples of entitlement. But most entitlement manifests under more ambiguous conditions, which subconsciously reinforces male subjugation to the divine feminine above and beyond the instincts to protect the fragile gestational vessels. And just how does feminine entitlement manifest on the streets in everyday examples? The other night, a female asked if I could walk her to her car. She had a stalker. Another time, a coworker asked if I could carry her to her car as her shoes had gotten wet and she didn't want to go outside barefoot. I rejected the advances of another girl, and she asks if I'm gay. I was talking to another girl soon after that, and we were just joking back and forth. She would mock me, and I would mock her. Yet, when I would send jokes her way, she would smack me in the arm. Then, I overheard a guy asking permission from the boss, his wife, to go on a bike ride with his buddies. She then turned to his buddies and said, "Be careful with him, we need him back in working order." Not, "I love him, he is my life," but rather, "We need him back in working order." So, a guy is wiping down the glass on a set of double doors, and is holding one door open with his foot as he cleans either side of the glass. Now, most approaching guys will simply open the other door to enter or egress the building, and not disturb the labors of the employee. Yet most females paused for acknowledgement, then paraded through the door the guy had propped open with his foot as he cleaned it, rather than open the other door to let themselves in. Noticing any commonalities? Female arrogance due to female entitlement enabling culture. The chick that wanted me to escort her to her car felt entitled to use me as a shield. No thought of my personal safety so long as it protected her. The girl with wet shoes that wanted carrying to her car, she felt entitled to be pampered, physically served like a princess. The girl that threw out the gay accusation felt entitled to every guy's adoration, and if there is none, then he is defect in some way, such as homosexuality. The girl that smacks guys in the arm feels entitled to physically trespass males when they return the insults that she feels entitled to issue them in the first place. You see, entitlement is somebody's perceived right to utilize something. Due to male-enforced reproductive imperatives and machinations, females have been enabled, even encouraged, to expect male service and sacrifice, and the position of revolving alpha males tending to them enforces service and discardability onto the general male herd. The truth is simple and highly offensive to the sensibilities of the general brainwashed populace. Females are the elevated class, and males are the slave class. Male privilege is a vicious lie to hide their abuse and exploitation. But let me guess, you think male disposability does not exist. You think we do not devalue males as a class in order to morally sate our abuse and disposal of them. You think we occupy a back-slapping, cigar-chomping good old boys club of bulbous-featured patriarchs sitting in bathhouses with their martinis, bragging about the secretaries they slap on the ass? Take one of the aforementioned examples. Males see a guy propping a door open to clean the glass on either side, and they think nothing of using the other door for their transit. Females see a male propping a door open, and they feel emboldened to capitalize on his labors. After all, queens and princesses enter open doors held by manservants. Sorry, Charlie, but things are not changing for males as a class, and taking a step back from male messages for a month or two remedied nothing. Observe. Exhibit A. To know who a society favors, simply discern who they protect as a matter of legal, social, or idealistic mandate, and who they deem expendable. When life corners humans and demands mortal payment, it is males that die to protect females. Exhibit 2. Observe the general behaviors of the protected group. From Exhibit 1, and regardless of the sweet, fragile face they wear in public, you will see a collective arrogance of utility entitlement which effectively affirms the consequence of the first rule. In other words, protect human females, discard human males. Think about it. Arrogance does not find purchase in a slave class. Arrogance finds purchase in the superior class, and humility finds refuge in the subjugated, although both humility and arrogance can be feigned by either class. But should you, perchance, remove the patriarchy feminine oppression 3D glasses given you to watch the movie of life, and take a good look around you at the theater of humanity you sit in, you will see a reality very different than advertised. You will see an environment where males are used and devalued, and females are exalted and protected, and you can see this manifest in the actions of an elevated class through arrogance of presumption that they are special, better, above reproach for their actions. They should be entitled to special courtesies and protections because of their sex. Females are the entitled class, and their admission of comprehension is found in the arrogance of their actions. Their behaviors advertise, I know females are elevated and males are devalued. For example, females feel entitled to put their hands on males whenever they see fit. When males do the same, it's called assault or battery. Yet females think nothing of physically trespassing males at their leisure. They want something you have, they simply grab it. They want to see your abs, they just reach out and lift up your shirt. They don't like your comments, they slap you. Physical trespass without accountability is a glaring neon indicator of social elevation and favoritism. I have seen females mess up guys' hair, de-pants them, punch them, slap them, hit them, take phones, keys, food, drinks right out of their hands without invitation or permission. Females feel free to tactile trespass against males. This arrogance comes from entitlement, not from mortal fear of the privileged, murdering, raping plunderers. I see daily chicks with entitlement syndrome disregard males' personal space and get right up in their face when they want to use their wiles to manipulate males or to provoke them I have seen countless times where a girl got in a guy's face, yelling, arrogantly taunting him that he cannot touch or harm her. Or, if she wants something, she will get in his personal space, satisfied that her perfume and painted smiling lips will work their charms on him and he will be putty in her hands. Tactile trespass is a huge, glaring discrepancy, much like the suicide statistics between males and females. You can't deny it. Females are allowed to put their hands on you, and then they are protected by white knights, society, even the courts, when you return the favor. We don't allow males or even children to act this way without some form of reprimand or correction. Think about it. A little kid comes up and takes your phone or hits you. You don't sit there with blushing cheeks and patiently take it. You chastise the child for their own good, so they might learn action consequence life lessons. I recently talked to a guy who went all out for Valentine's Day with his girlfriend. And what thoughtful, considerate surprise did she give him? Nothing. Then, the boyfriend, quickly realizing that her selfish thoughtlessness made her look bad, jumped in to say, I don't need any candy or stupid cards. I have her. She's all the present I'll ever need. How arrogant are females to think that their mere presence is the be-all, end-all trophy, the best reward males could hope for or be entitled to. Chicks don't need to do anything caring, thoughtful, or special. They are the present. They are the prize. They are the reward. And maybe, if you're lucky, they will simply lay like a dead fish and allow guys a few minutes of nocturnal thrusting on his birthday or anniversary. That's all the gift males need. In fact, it is more than these burping, farting primates deserve. This is what we get when we paint up females and pedestalize them. They assume arrogance. They are the reward. I mean, how do we portray when a guy wins a race? He gets a kiss from some anonymous eye candy paid to be there. I don't know about you, but I would rather have cash rewards or even a cheeseball trophy. Sure, it may be plastic, but at least it's real, juxtaposed to female smiles, or the bacteria fest of a kiss from a model at the end of a race. Please. But wait, the arrogance cavalcade continues. There are no more gentlemen. How often do you hear this from females? This is an arrogance lament. I expect special treatment because I am female. But hey, wait. Chicks demanded equality, and when they get it, they complain. The arrogance is to expect equality, which is really equal outcome, as well as retain the male servile gestures of traditionalism. Chivalry and equality is entitlement arrogance. One day, I was driving down the street, and I stopped at a traffic light. I looked to the right, and I saw a group of people entering a restaurant. A female held the door open for the females entering. Then, as the males of the group came up behind her, did she hold the door open for the males in the party? Nope. She gave the door to a guy who held it open for her to enter. Then he held it open for the rest of the guys. That little exchange right there spoke volumes. Females look out for females, and though she clearly demonstrated the knowledge and ability to hold the door open for others, she only held it open for females, and she expected the males to hold it for her. This is the arrogance of femininity. We are equally capable, but we still expect chivalry. What? Are you gay? Most girls will retort if you rebuff her advances. How arrogant is that? If you reject her, there is something wrong with you, because no warm-blooded straight male could resist her. She is a female, the reason for all creation. Duh. Another day, a female simply jumps on my machine at the gym the moment I step away, and she gives me a Cheshire Cat smile, like it's compensation or consolation of her intrusion. Tee-hee-hee-hee, I'm female. Deal with it. A female was talking about her hair thinning, and so a guy jumps in and says, "Yeah, I know, it sucks to lose hair." To which she retorts, "Oh, you're a guy. It's so much harder on women." How arrogant is it to marginalize the suffering of others and assume priority, like males should just take genetic inequity with stoicism. Meanwhile, we coddle females for their biological trials. Guys, suck up your hurts and pains. Disregard your scars or hardships. Ladies are menstruating right now, and we need to tend to them and forgive them their heartless, impulsive slights. They are victims of society, of males, of biology, of life itself. I see. More females simply leave their shopping carts in the middle of the parking lot, like a random metal monster looking to ding unsuspecting doors at will, because walking her cart to a receptacle is beneath the queen. After all, we have males to fetch these types of things. Yes, I know. I have sat and watched. Most males return carts, and more women than not leave carts wherever they see fit. I can see evidence of female entitlement arrogance everywhere. A girl was talking to a group of guys, and one guy lets out an expletive, and the female immediately chastised him. Language! The presumption of policing male behaviors around females is another manifestation of entitlement for the elevated class. It says, "Remember your manners, serf. I am not one of your slovenly protruding four-headed brutes. I am royalty. I do not eat with my fingers. I have hygiene and breasts. I am superior to you, and you will not use that gutter rap in my presence, you dirty reprobates." Another example is how females feel entitled to use sex as a bargaining chip, a mercy they need compensation for. How arrogant for women to claim sex as their contribution, like she got no feel-goods out of it. No. It was solely a service that he alone benefited from. Really? Was she there? Did she get her clit tickled a few times? Do females feel pleasure when their clits are tickled? Okay then, she also derived pleasure from the act, just the same as the male. Sex is mutually beneficial, yet she has the audacity to claim the act as a concession that she has to make. Are you kidding me? Now, it's true, some guys are pathetic lovers or premature ejaculators. Premature ejaculation being fueled primarily by the misandristic act of male genital mutilation. Meanwhile, other guys have 12-inch rock chippers, which may skew the pleasure a female receives during intercourse, but she is still getting pleasure from the act, so it should be a wash. Both get pleasant physical sensations. In other words, both get pleasure from sex. But females act like it is solely a male-enriching activity. Please! You see, females enjoy superior life value, granted them by gynocentrism. Thus, they think they are some superior prize, and their allowance of sexual intercourse is their compensatory mercy to males, rather than an act where both parties are enriched. Thus, chicks presume to claim the process of intercourse approval as their contribution that males are obliged to reimburse her for, through utility, labor, material goods, protection, something. How arrogant! Females expect payment or prostrated gratitude for the sex they enjoyed just the same as the male. But then, why should we be surprised? In an atmosphere where females think their mere presence is all they need contribute, sex is like dates. Males need to compensate her for her presence, even though females get to enjoy the fancy dinner and the movie afterwards just the same as the male. She derives pleasure and recreation, but acts like it has solely benefited him, and he need make recompense for the gracious mercy of her time and attention. I mean, come on. Women suffer through sex and dates. Everything is for his benefit. Just look around. See how many times you can count observing a co-ed group approach an entrance, a checkout line, or a subway turnstile, and the female will pause just for a second so that the males in the immediate vicinity can defer and allow her through first, in appropriate accordance to our man-up social mandate of ladies first. How many times have you seen a husband or boyfriend immediately glance at his woman for permission when contemplating a purchase or when asked to do something by somebody else? These are the actions of deference that the serf class lavishes royalty with. How many times have you seen a female facing a laborious, menial task like furniture moving or spare tire changing, who merely look around the immediate vicinity for man shovels to use for these unpleasant tasks? I have even seen females just simply put on a show of struggle and frustration so they don't have to ask for help. People will offer assistance to the distressed damsel. It's beneath superior-breasted deities to have to ask guys for help because, 1, they do not need guys. Guys need them. So males should be ever watchful for opportunities to service the divine feminine. And B, if a guy offers help and suggests compensation in return, the female can simply retort, "Hey, I didn't ask you for help, you offered." Which, of course, is a fair exchange exemption tactic. chicks feel entitled to male labor, then entitled to exemption from reciprocity. Females feel entitled to tend naked children and adults because they are female, meaning they are caring and benevolent and can handle naked humans without depraved biological urges overtaking them, whereas males are disgusting vulgar horn dogs that cannot tend naked females. Everybody thinks nothing of allowing female nurses or mothers to tend unclothed males, with such shaming as, "You ain't got nothing I ain't seen before, I'm a mother," etc. Yet, we surely do not allow fathers or male nurses to tend naked females. Look at all the social pleasantry mandates saddling males in reference to female treatment. For instance, you are not supposed to ask a lady about her age or address her cosmetic usage, but she sure can ask you your age and criticize the use of beards to frame male faces all day long at the same time she is falsely advertising colorful faces and enhanced cleavage or height-adjusting heels. The nerve of females is amazing. It is in fact the arrogance of the pampered ruling class. Again, look around you and really take in the female-to-male behaviors, and you cannot but see the arrogance of a class who knows and embraces their superior status, manifest through the little everyday actions and expectations everybody simply writes off as chivalry or social protocol. Entitlement, arrogance, continuity. This is one of many greater veins of human observations I have recently made while disassociating myself from woman-hating messages for a few weeks so I could witness how women and society are so totally changing. Nothing is improving for males. In fact, it is steadily degenerating as the war on men and boys continues. Gentlemen, gynocentrism is. This is not a suggestion or opinion. It is finite truth. And how do we know? Well, here is a clue. Males die for female protection. If female oppression is real, then we seem to have a paradigm where the masters die to protect the slaves. Children, can you see what is wrong with this picture? Blue and purple pillars? Nothing has changed. That is what I have to report. Gentlemen, we are the future. Stand with me, live free.